Okay. Now it works. Hopefully. Yes, that is great. Sorry guys, it took really forever to get it done. There were some, let's say, technical issues, but that is, yeah, that is perfectly fine now, right? So today, actually, I don't think it's gonna be really a really long video. I just wanted to show my old binder that I found with my Pokemon cards. Yeah, I had them back home, and thankfully neither of my parents had thrown them off, which is very good. I am extremely happy about that. But I'm also the oldest child, so it means that I was not the only one that used them. So I just want to go. Actually, I also have, I think, yeah, I have 6 more that actually I don't have them here. And they're actually back home, because here I'm at I'm on vacation at the moment. So basically I'm just having, looking through my old stuff. So this is the one that I had, and I would say the problem is that, yeah, unfortunately, some of them either were lost. I can tell you the story. It's not that interesting. My younger brother. So we used to go I played Pokemon cards with him, and one time we went to the park, and he had a lot of the cards. We had like several different types of decks, and yeah, and he forgot his backpack where all the cards were there. So what did we lose? Like the Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, everything from like the first edition. I had my deck, which basically had like the Venusaur and the Blastoise, and I had also the Charizard, so that was very good. That was not lost, but all the other cards, like the top ones, were actually lost, so that was not great. But so I just wanted to go through. Wait, just 1 second. Yes, sorry, I had to just move for 1 second. So I think this could be kind of like the coolest, maybe 2 that I have that are not in a bad state. So you can see here's the Charizard. It's actually the first edition one. The only thing is that it is in Spanish. Hello, thank you for joining. I think there's like a 1 minute delay from the video to now, but I can see the messages. Yeah, so I was saying, like, I think this is kind of most likely the most expensive card that I have. It is a first edition. It's not in a bad state. The problem is that it is in Spanish. I would say that's the only kind of issue. And this one, I can actually not remember where I got it. I got it, I think, in one of the tournaments. This, if you see the year, it's from 2003. And I actually was looking it through eBay. And I think if you got like a PSA 10 of this card, it's like extremely expensive. So, and this one actually, I have never actually taken it out. So it's actually in a pretty good state. So I think this one actually could be the most expensive card I own, actually. And the funny part is, I absolutely cannot remember where I got it. Yeah. I will actually go through some of the other ones. As I said, maybe it's not the best frame, but let's try it. What is it, first edition? We have here, this one is first edition. This one, so we have here all that is basically plants. The Venusaur, actually I have the Venusaur, I just have it back home. What else do I have? Oh, this one, these two. The Pincers are both first edition. I don't think they're such a bad state, actually. They're also both in Spanish. The Belsum is also first edition. What else do I have that is first edition? So here, so then we go to water. So basically we have the Gyarados. I don't think I have any that is first edition. Actually, I have this card, which is in Italian. I have literally no idea how I got an Italian card. Actually, I thought about grading them, the Charizard, both of the Charizards. I think I will grade them, because I think those are the cards that at the moment could hold the most value. As I said, most of the cards that I can see them, they're not in they're good state, some of them, but most of them I played with them a lot, and I didn't really wear sleeves when I was playing with them when I was younger. So because for me it was just about playing with them and not really kind of keeping them. So a lot of the cards are just kind of damaged. So I think they have awesome memories, and I used to play a lot of tournaments with them, but I don't think I could get like a lot of value out of them. That is kind of the problem. No, actually I don't come from Spain. I come from South America, and I have lived in Europe for a bit less than a decade so far. So I know Spanish, I know English, I know a bit of German, Japanese that I know. Well, if you know Spanish, you can understand Italian, so that I can read it, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't be able to talk to an Italian. That was not, I think, one of the things I could do. Yeah, those are the languages that I know. Actually, when I was in school, so basically you can either, there's schools that you learn either American English or British English, and actually my school was fully British English, so all the teachers were kind of from the UK, so that was kind of, I had more of an accent actually when I was younger, but as I travel more and I interacted with more people from the US, I think I kind of lost a bit of the accent that I have. So now I think it's, yeah, I would say more neutral. I'll go through them. What else yeah, I have some promo cards also. You know, it was funny. So I haven't really looked at this finder for many years, and I didn't remember that. In my head, I thought, okay, I only play until like the first like 250 Pokemons, and then it happened that actually, no, there were a lot of the kind of, okay, from 151 to, I don't know, 250 that I also have a lot of cards from. Yeah, so I have actually I have the three birds. I hope you can see it there. So I have the Articuno, I have the Zapdos and the Moltres from the first movie. And yeah, so I will go. You know, this one actually was kind of funny. I was looking at this Sandslash, and I didn't remember that there was like reverse holo back then. So that was actually kind of a really cool surprise. I did not remember that. Yeah, maybe I can just go through here. Yeah, and you see, like, also like the Donphan, I didn't remember that I ever play with these cards. Like, for me, the Donphan, when I see the cards now, and I was like, I don't know this Pokemon, but actually the Donphan was always there. Yeah, this one is actually super cool. The design, I don't like the Kabuto, actually. I don't really like it, but the evolution, the Kabutops, it looks super cool. The drawing, it's super cool. So I can actually just go here. And yeah, so here also I have the Jolteon, which is also a first edition. It's not actually in a bad state, this Jolteon. And I also have this Pikachu promo. This one is also in a pretty good state. It's from, what is it? I think it was from 2000 or something like that. Yeah, I think it was one of the promo cards also. And I can also go, so we have some we have Dark Matchum, for example. Oh, there's some lighting here, but okay. Yeah, this one was also from the Team Rocket expansion. So there are some cards there. And yeah, so here you actually have the what the hell? Yeah, the Zapdos. So that is also the promo from the movie. Do I have any other first edition? Yeah, I have the Alakazam, but this one is in a super bad state. You can see that it's like fully scratched and everything, so it's not in the best state at all. So it's not awesome. I used to play a bit with the Psychic. I had a Psychic deck. I used to play with Alakazam. Was not the best deck. I used to remember, it's gonna be a super old story, but it was like from 2000 or something like that. It was like first couple of years there were like world tournaments, and I remember playing, and I was knocked out because it was the guy that was playing against me had a super fast deck, and I remember losing like in 4 turns or something like that. I got one basic Pokemon, and the guy had a Pokemon that could, I don't know, I remember, I think it was like 30 attack with 1 energy, and I got 1 Pokemon, and I couldn't get another Pokemon, and the guy knocked me out like in 3-5 minutes. It was extremely extremely pathetic, I would say. Yeah, so here we have some of the dark Slowbro, the Slowking, the Dark Hypno. I also have these 2 promos, so I think this one was also from a movie, and of course I have also one of the promos. Was this one from the first movie? Hey, thank you for joining. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I know how to play, but it was so bad, you know. I remember, I don't remember many many plays that I got, but that one is stuck in my head because I really wanted to play like one of the big tournaments, and I got knocked out in 5 minutes. It's in my head still. It's so cringe. Yeah, so I have the Mr. Mime also. They're both first edition. These ones are also not in a really good state. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I have these Espion. You know, I didn't remember that. I thought until I was playing we were only having like the 3, like the Jolteon, the Flareon, and the Vaporeon, but no, actually there were also more evolutions. Yeah, so also I have the Muse. I think I must be confusing which movies they are, but they're from the movies. So what else do we have? So we have the Pidgeotto. We have their Clefairy, Clefable. They're all. This one is also first edition. I don't think it's really good state. This is also the Jigglypuff. That's also a promo. What else do we have? So we have the Snorlax here. This one is also first edition. You can see that I think all the ones are first edition. They're in Spanish. My favorite illustrator. I think it could be what is his name? Mitsuhiro Arita. I think it's the guy that illustrated the first and continues to do the Charizard. I think if you consider kind of like the Charizard is kind of like one of the most iconic cards, you could say that, yeah, I think he contributed a lot to what Pokemon is. Do you have a favorite illustrator? You know, I find it really cool that they always put who illustrates the card, and now I know it's also a lot more common that they're done by studios. You know, when they have a lot of CGI, they have they're done by studios. So I think sometimes a bit is do you like that they're like kind of originally like done by pen and paper, or is it cooler that it's done by a studio, like with it done by in a computer and it's just computer generated? I think it's an interested how can I phrase it? It's an interested that we have them in they're done in both ways. What is your favorite card that was illustrated? If I may ask. Yeah, so if I can continue maybe. So I have actually 3 Snorlax. One is actually first edition, one is not. And this one is actually, which I don't remember which set is that one. The one with the badge. I don't really remember. You can see actually this Dragonair here was done also by Mitsuhiro Arita. I think the design is really, really cool. What else do we have? But but a lot of the cards are done. You know, you can see here the Kangaskhan is done also, the weekly stuff. So I think if you look like 20 cards of like older cards, one of them is gonna be illustrated by my Mitsuhiro. What else? Yeah, I have a lot of Cleffa and I cannot remember why. They're all promos, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Cleffas, and I cannot remember where I got them. And the same for the Togepis. I have 2 Togepis, 3 Togepis there. I don't remember where I got them. I have a lot of promos. That's actually the funny part. And I don't remember where they come from. You can see also here I have the Smirgle. I have 2 promos. And actually, no, I have 3 promos of the Smirgle. And I cannot remember where I got them. Yeah. So then I also have like the Light Togetic and the Togetic. Well, this one is also illustrated by Ken. You can see the Togetic there. What else do we have? So yeah, so these ones are cards that actually I couldn't remember. That you remember the Team Aqua Antique Magmas cards? I actually didn't remember that I actually play with them. So that was actually like, oh yeah, that is actually a bit strange. What else do I have? Yeah, but I was also talking before, like, I didn't remember that they used to be like the reverse holo. You can see there also, hopefully, that is also kind of like a reverse holo. Like, all the cards are Team Magma and Team Aqua. They're actually in pretty good state. Yeah, so here I also have the Moldress, the Venusaur, and I have a Japanese card. This one, I don't remember where it came from. It's the original one, and I don't remember because the first time I went to Japan was 2014, and I didn't get any of these cards. So it's just, yeah. And then I have actually also this one. It's not in the perfect state, the Lugia. And they have the Aerodactyl, the Dare Dragonite. And then we go here. We have a first edition Venusaur. I also have the first edition Blastoise, it's just not here. I have a Suicune, Poliwrath. We have a Dark Blastoise, another Moltres, the Zapdos, and the Articuno. Are they all first edition? No. So basically the Zapdos and the Articuno are first edition, and the Moltres is not in our first edition. What is my favorite card of all time? I think, like, nostalgia based, I would say the kind of basic Blastoise. I used to play like all my decks that when I was playing like water-based deck, I used to love the Blastoise, and it was actually out of the 3, so the Charizard, the Venusaur, and And the Blastoise was actually the hardest one to get. And I was obsessed with, I was obsessed with getting the Blastoise. So I think out of nostalgia, it's really the Blastoise. It's, I think, actually more about like modern cards. I also have a lot of fondness out of the three birds. I really love Moldress, Articuno, and Zapdos. I really love them. I was obsessed with them when like the first original movies came out. The second movie, if I'm not mistaken. So I think I was really obsessed with the birds. I think I talk more about Pokemon than cards, but I would say maybe the base set Blastoise, that is my absolutely favorite card. But it's nostalgia based, you know. It's one of the cards that I grew up with, and I think it's just one of my favorite ones. It was actually funny. One time I got, as a prize, I got 4 booster packs out of the original base, the base set. And I got a Venusaur, a Charizard, something else that was super good, and then something not that great, but out of the kind of 3, and the guy that I won in kind of like a contest, and the guy that do you have the glass birds? I do have the. So funny story about the glass birds promo. Actually, yes, I have a lot, and I'm gonna be giving away one. If I reach to 100 subscribers, I'm gonna be giving it also one of those cards. So really good luck on that. But yes, so I have 10. I bought 10. I was trying to look for a PSA 10, and I have one that I think I'm gonna try to get graded. But yes, I have 10. I have 10 glass birds from Hidden Fates. I will show them next time I stream. I have maybe I have 9 actually. Yeah, maybe I have 9. I have 9 or 10, but I have 8 in English, and I have 1 in German. I actually bought 1 in German by mistake, because I thought I was buying all in English, and I didn't realize that I was buying 1 in German, but which was super funny. Afterwards, I was looking at them. I was like, why do I have a German one? I thought I just bought all of them in English. But yeah, I have a lot. I think it's one of like, if you think about like Hidden Fates cards, it's the card that I have the most, because I just bought them all from one guy that was selling them. It's like, okay, I want to try to find a PSA 10, so just sell them all to me. Yes, I actually have a couple more cards. And actually, this one, it's so this is part of my sibling had it, and so I haven't touched it. And you will actually see that there are some fake cards, because he couldn't identify that there were some fake cards. So there are some fake cards. You can see here, like every time it has like a little sign here, this is a fake card. But he's a lot younger than me, so he had no idea that the cards were fake. I think he just kind of exchanged them with a friend, so he got some kind of like he got a fake card. This one, I love the Meganium. I can tell you, this card is not in a great state. It actually is kind of bended in the middle, and I love this card. I used to love it, so actually I have had the opportunity to get another one. I would love it, because I really used to love the Meganium, and it's not really that strong of a card, but I used to play it with the Venusaur, so I really love this card. So to be honest, actually, given it was cheaper to kind of get the products from the UK, but after Brexit, it is not. So getting the products, so it's actually really like a shame. So when I kind of look at things, and I look at the prices, for example, in the US, and they're saying, oh yes, all the prices are going down and everything, and then I look at like Europe and it's like, oh, great for you guys, because for us the prices are kind of the same, and it really sucks. We are really, if I can calculate it, like we're charged 20, maybe 20% more than the US or something like that. And it's not really that we even have like a higher purchasing power. So basically, I think we really get kind of a bit screwed with the prices of the cards. Yeah, you know, this one I actually have no idea. Actually, it looks a bit strange. Actually, I don't know if it's a fake or not. It's actually a bit sad on that card, but I think my brother got it. I don't know how. And yeah, so you can see there's a fake there, there's a fake there, and there's like a Groudon also that is a fake. So there's a lot of some cards that my brother got. So I just hope he didn't exchange it for something too expensive. And I think this is like kind of the last first edition that I have. Oh, I cannot bend this folder. It was my brother's. Yeah. So that the Arcanine is also a first edition. So I have a lot of first editions. They're not in a great state, and they're in Spanish, so there are some disadvantages. So is the Pokemon market big in Europe? It's big in Germany and France. But the thing is, Germany and France get their own language cards, so they get their cards in German and they get their cards in French. So, for example, if I would like to go to a kind of like a local game shop to buy the cards, I could find in German, but it would be almost impossible to find in English. But there's actually one store which is called Alsa, which is a Czech store that kind of distributes to whole Europe, but their prices are absolutely crazy. I was trying to buy a product, the single strike and the rapid strike, like the VMAX boxes for Urshifu. I got them like, what was the price? Like price including shipping from the US, I think I got it like at 75 euros. And if I just put both of them together, and if I bought them from this store, I think it would have been 110 euros or something like that. Yeah, TCG, yeah, market, the TCG, yeah, it's the same. I was talking also about the TCG market. So Germans really like their German cards, and French, they really like their French cards. So they cater mostly like in their languages, because also all the German cards go almost exclusively to Germany and Austria. And for the French cards, it's the same products. But yeah, it is a shame because it is more expensive. So basically whatever we get, we are comparing. So if I get a good card, and I'm trying to sell it, for example, like a secret rare or something, I'm comparing with the prices of the people that are selling them from the US. And then while I bought my products at European prices. So it's extremely hard to compete in those kind of sense, especially when everything is actually more expensive. So where do I get my collection products? So actually, I found actually something that I really like, and I buy them from StockX. I really like buying them for them. It's like a kind of like marketplace, like stocks. So they have kind of good prices, but the only problem is that their shipping is standard. So they charge you 15 euros shipping. It doesn't matter if it's a small product, big product, they charge 15 euros. And what else? Actually, I found a guy, I don't know where he imports from, but it's a guy that sells them out of a kind of watch shop. So he sells watches and he sells Pokemon cards. And I think like I'm his biggest buyer, and I buy a lot from him. So he actually gives me a pretty good price compared to his normal price. So he usually gives me a discount because I really kind of like buy bulk and everything. So what do I think about the market? So at the moment, so all the prices are really going down on the market, so all the cards are going down, and I think it's gonna last for some years. So I think most likely it's gonna happen that there's gonna be like another event that makes it go up, and people are gonna be interested again. But all the prices are going down from most of the sets. I think the one that is surviving quite well from this year is Evolving Skies. The price had not really gone down as with the other sets. And I believe also like now with VMAX Climax coming out and being so awesome, I think people are getting a lot of interest again to Japanese cards. So it's actually quite funny. So I try to buy also from Japan, and usually you can get them, let's say an X price, right? You get them from X price, but given that everyone just wants to buy all the stocks from VMAX Climax, they're 20% higher to what it should be. So if I compare, for example, from the latest set from Fusion Arts was like, if you buy it, like you compare it in Japanese prices, was about 8% cheaper. So you would say, okay, so there's gonna be like this price difference, but no, Fusion Arts, you can buy them for 5,500 yen, and you cannot get VMAX Climate below 8,000 or something like that. So everyone is just buying all the stock from VMAX Climax. What do you think about the market now? Are you still putting money for investing or just collecting? I am just mostly collecting, you know. I think if I keep them for 5 years, I think most of the things are gonna go up anyways, but most of the people are also just collecting. I think people realize that the cards have value, so they also take like a lot better care. That used to be like, if I compare it to 20 years ago, people just used to enjoy playing with the cards. I mean, people still, let me correct myself, people still enjoy playing with the cards, but people know also now they're a lot more conscious than before, that if they keep them in a good state, they're most likely gonna be worth a lot more. If it's a rare card, they're gonna be worth more in 5-10 years. I think that is more or less a reality. Have I seen the Japanese post office card? Yeah, no, it's the Japanese post office box, like you mean the red and white box with like the two promos. I think it's absolutely awesome. So I will buy it, but I actually have two options. So my plans are still to go to Japan in April. So at the moment, if I buy it I buy it through Buy. So at the moment, if I buy it through there, it cost, what is it? 20,000 yen? Yeah, 20,000 yen. So roughly $180. But I have to pay import prices and have to pay commission and everything. So I'm just gonna go try to buy them in Japan if I go in April. But if my trip is delayed like more than 6 months, I'm just gonna import it and just pay the cost of importing and everything, because I'm quite sure it's gonna go up in price. But I think this is also valid. You know, the kind of golden box that came for the 25th celebration, it has also gone massively down on price. I think it's at what did I say it yesterday? I was looking at the web page. What was it? 25,000, I think, so roughly like $230. And if you compare it, like 2 months ago, this box was selling for $600, $500. So the thing is, Japan printed so much of these boxes, and most of the boxes were actually bought for scalpers. So a lot of the boxes were bought by scalpers just to be resold, and people realized that Pokemon Japan was gonna basically print them or produce them on demand, that if people wanted them, they just needed to wait for, I don't know, 3-4 months, but they could get them at the original price. So the price that people could sell them, it actually went down. So yeah, I think that is kind of the story regarding, yeah, I think celebrations, everything actually overall, everything that was kind of launched for the 25th 25th celebration of the release of the Pokemon card. So everything, it's, I think scalpers thought that they were just going to be able to resell them at any price, and they didn't realize that. So so actually I'm going to tell you a really funny story about the UPC. So I tried to buy the UPC all over Europe. I literally, I think I look at the sites from every country, like smaller countries, bigger countries like Hungary, Czech, a lot of countries. So I went through all of them, and I couldn't get it. It was impossible. It was completely sold out. And I went on vacation to Greece in October. It was actually after the release, the original release. So in theory, everything should have been sold out. And I was with my partner trying to buy some clothes, so something like not at all related to Pokemon cards. And I was like, do you think they have like a nerd store? I always say nerd store. Do you have a nerd store around here? And I literally walk 50 meters and I found a store. And I go to the guy and I say, hey, have you received like your allocation from celebrations? And the guy says, no, actually it's still late. And did you do a kind of like did you pre-sell the stock? I said, no, we actually didn't pre-sell anything. We're just gonna sell them once it comes in the stock. And they say, okay, and do you think you're gonna have like the ultra premium collection? The guys, yeah, we should receive it. I say, could you send me like a message through Facebook if you get it? Like, he gave me his card. I said, okay, yeah, sure, I'm gonna write it. I said, okay, I thought nothing about it. I said, okay, this guy is never gonna write me because of course he's gonna sell his stocks super fast and he's not gonna want to sell anything to another country. So I wait about 2-3 weeks. I get a message from this guy. It's like, we got this one. Do you want it? I was like, yeah, please tell me. I'll buy it right away. Give it to me. I transfer you right away. Just keep one to me and send it, and I'll be happy. This was beginning of November, and actually it was shipped last week, so I should receive it next week. The guy already sent me like the tracking number and everything, so it is mine. It is paid. It is sent. And yeah, I'm gonna receive my ultra premium collection basically about 3 months late through the first wave, but I got it. It was a bit higher than like original retail price, but it was not like scalper price. Scalper price was like 300 euros, and I paid a bit more than like half of that. So it was a really okay price. So my products, like top products of the release, I would really like to have the Japanese golden box, the postcard box, and the ultra premium collection, which I already have, and then also the chunky Pikachu that I already also have. So and I'm really crossing my fingers, as I said. I'm really crossing my fingers that I will be able to buy them myself when I go to Japan. So the ultra premium collections, like Japan released them in 3 waves. So they still have about 3 million to sell. So you should be able to get them there because they're also really going down on price. So wave 1 was like completely sold right away. Wave 2 has been coming out from, I think, last 2 weeks or so. And the wave 3 should happen until March. So there's gonna be a lot of extra products. Like even the store where I bought it from, they got their second allocation. So if you couldn't get it in basically wave 1 or wave 2, there's still gonna be the wave 3. So in theory, you should still be able to get it at a okay price. But I also think like the scalper price is gonna go down even if you want to buy it like in the secondary market. It's not going to be like the retail price. So the retail price, I don't know what it was exactly in Europe, but the retail price in the US was $120. So most likely it's going to settle at about, I would say, $180, $200. So not retail price, but scalper price was already at $300. So I think it's just gonna be somewhere in the middle. Oh yeah, I think actually that's everything I have for today. But I had a lot of fun. Oh yeah, maybe I can answer the last question. Am I planning on grading them? So it really depends. So I've seen some cards that really come in a really good state and could be graded, and most likely it would be like PSA 10, and some of the cards that are like scratched, especially the graded one, especially the metal cards. Actually, I don't know if you can grade that, but a lot of cards, because it's kind of one of the first prints that are done by metal cards, a lot of them came actually scratched. So it's gonna be hard on that. I actually have one graded card, and I'm gonna be showing it in 2 weeks or something. So, and it is also has a funny story, because I actually bought it by mistake. I wouldn't say mistake, but I put a bid for the card. I forgot about it. I put a low bid, so I say, okay, if I get it, it's gonna be a really awesome purchase, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it at this price. And one day I just received an email saying, oh, you won the bid. The card you will receive it in, I don't know, a week or two. So I will receive the card, I think, next week. So I will show it most likely the week after. But basically, I have one graded card. And I think it's a really cool card, actually. No, if I give a hint, you're gonna realize right away which card it is, so it's too easy. But it's a Japanese card, so the only card I have is a Japanese card, and it's a PSA 10. So yeah, so that will be my first collection card that is graded. And apparently, I keep getting my products with really funny stories. I would say it like that. Thank you so much for joining. It was really, really, really fun today. Actually, I started talking about things that were completely unrelated, but I'm really happy. Well, I have one, basically, you joined. I don't know how to call you. Lupu? Should I call you Lupu? But really, thank you for joining. It was really fun. And I will not do a live stream next week, because I'm going to be flying, but I'm going to do one the week after, because I'm going to start opening my VMAX Climax boxes, which I got 20, because I want a God pack. I said, okay, 20, I should get one. I really want a God pack, so yeah. Yeah, the stock investment video will come. I said it will come in January, but for that I need my actual computer, because at the moment I only have my laptop. So I need my real computer to do it. So it's hard to do the streaming with the phone and the laptop. So I actually just need my desktop computer to do it. But I will do it. I promise. As I said, I will be sending you a message. Thank you so much, and bye.